catch today?
You know, today I only had 3. I had 6 bites today, and the fish just really are pretty non-committal still. Yesterday, after the day I had, I threw a jig and a stick bait both, and I never had a jig bite, so today I had just decided to throw the mixed stick all day long and got the bites I probably needed to have put 5 in the box. Like I said, I've got 3, and they're good quality fish. I mean, that's one thing about the fish I've been catching on stick bait. They've been, 2.5, 2 3/4 to 4 pounds. So, I felt like I was doing the right thing. I just really feel like I probably just didn't quite find enough fish. In practice, felt like I had a lot of places that were working, but when the water started changing color and started mixing around, that's really what kind of got to me. There's little areas of clear water that I needed to throw the stick bait, and just couldn't find enough of it in the right places the last couple of days.
How was the day today?
I ended up catching a limit, caught a limit in about an hour and a half this morning, and tried to change up and do some different things, run some different water, and just never could generate any bites, and ended up going back where I started and was able to cull a fish or two. But the frustrating part about it is it's the quality. I just cannot seem to figure out how to get those quality bites, and like I said, it's very, very frustrating. But if good Lord willing I get a fish tomorrow, then we're gonna get after them again. That's all I know to do.
Tell us about your day today.
Well, I kind of punted today. I didn't want to go back where I went yesterday because I knew I could only catch 6 pounds there, so I went the other way. I just didn't catch many fish. Yesterday I had a limit for 6 pounds. Today I've got 2 fish for 6 pounds. So I still got my 6 pounds either way they
Tell
go.
us how your day went today, man.
It went a little better. I caught 10 keepers today, culled down, probably got about 13.5 pounds. It's all still just a struggle and grinding, and this water's still cold and those fish are coming up.
Lawrence, tell us how your day went today, Kev.
The day was slow, furious, going around in circle jerk. Just, made about 10,000 casts and got 5 bites. And that's about the way it went. I was real fortunate. I caught one early, and then I caught one probably about 9:30, and then I didn't catch another one till, 1:30 maybe. And then I pulled in a little deal, and it happened to move up, and I caught 2 right then. About when I caught the 5th one, Russ Lane was pulling up there, and he said, "Man, I only have 2." And I kind of looked at him. I said, "Well, just wait a second, throw in there." And he caught him 2 more with about.
Wow.
Yeah, I won't be fishing.
Flipping?
No, I caught them all casting a jig. And that's probably what I should have been doing yesterday.
Yeah, you were dock fishing yesterday, right?
Yeah, that's where I really made a mistake. I devoted too much time to flipping docks. I kept thinking I could get 1 or 2 big largemouth, or maybe a limit largemouth. They didn't happen.
Did you see any where they like sunning themselves and they get in that suspend mode and can't bite it? Yeah. Okay.
We're talking about sunshine, the water temperature is still good.
All right, tell us how your day went today, Ray.
Day went really, really tough for me today, productivity-wise. Catching fish, I just had a hard day. I flipped grass all day, trying to catch the big ones that I knew I needed today to really make a charge to have a chance to win. It was tough overall today as far as to make the cut. It's not going to take but a few more pounds than what I've got, and I probably, looking back, wish I'd have went ahead and caught a couple more little keepers in this one creek before I went flipping, but I for some reason I had confidence today that I was going to catch them flipping with a high blue sky today, and I ended up having probably 10 flipping bites, but they were biting my Yamamoto claws off and they wouldn't get the bait in their mouth, so they were real finicky today. And just one of them days, it flies by quickly when the bite is tough, and my day flew by, and I brought 1 fish in, so no excuses, just what fishing's all about. You got to make the right adjustments and get in the right areas, and I just didn't do it this time. So Triton Mercury Fury prop took me where I needed to go. I just couldn't get it done, so I'll be back next year.
Well, after yesterday, being way behind, only had 1 fish yesterday. The only way I know how to really catch a big bag here this time of year normally is flipping. So I went down the lake and I flipped grass mats all day and never had a bite. Nothing.
Did you try your lipless crankbaits any this year?
I threw it a little bit, but not much. I really didn't. Most of the creeks have been slow. I mixed it up a little. I'd hit a few primary points, with a rattle trap that I thought I might get one. Never got bit doing that either, so I'd never kicked off. But really, those are normally those aren't big bags. Once in a while a creek will get hot enough to produce like the one that the guys are catching them out of. I mean, basically there's 3 or 4 boats whacking them out of one creek. And, you know, but without that happening, flipping's usually the way to get a 20-pound plus bag. So it didn't happen today.
How was the day today?
It was pretty tough. I scrambled around, tried different stuff, fish deep, fish shallow, flip. I mean, anything you could do, I done it, and it just, I guess I was all in the wrong areas doing the wrong stuff. I don't know. It's just a whole week of practice was like that. Just never figured them out.
4 fish?
Yeah, 4.
For what, about 8 pounds?
9.5, maybe 10.
I think that's it. You had 8 yesterday, didn't you?
I had 5, 12.
Oh, okay, okay.
But I mean, it's off. I mean, there's some guys fixed to come through, nobody's caught one yet.
Yeah, it seems like you could be at beeswax or you could be going home. It's just, there's not much else going on.
And I'm the only dummy running around the lake trying to catch one.
You were sort of in the middle of the pack. Did you overlook beeswax or you just couldn't get in there with your boat
I
drop?
just didn't want to go in there. I mean, it's such a community area. I mean, they catch them in there, but I mean, you can usually, when the water's warming up like this, you can usually run around the lake and catch them. You know, but it's just extremely tough. That water temperature warming up has actually got no effect at all on these fish this week at all. I mean, I was fishing 52, 53 degree water this afternoon, and it's, I mean, those fish, they seem to bite a little bit better when it's 43, 44. I mean, they was used to it. I mean, it's just, I guess they're just in shock. They're just out there sunning.
How did they go?
I had 5 bites today and caught 3 of them. All 5 bites were in the same tree. It took me about 2 hours to work that tree. I was working back and forth. And I fished the rest of the lake everywhere else, never had 1 bite anywhere else except that 1 tree. So I needed 1 more tree. I probably had caught them okay. Caught them all on a wacky rig Senko, about 8 or 10 feet of water. That was my day.
Tell us about today.
Well, today went basically like yesterday. I went out, I caught a limit early, had a limit by 8 o'clock. I was just able to upgrade today where I didn't yesterday. So, you know, kind of stuck with things and it just kind of worked out for me. I didn't catch any giant fish, but, you know, better than what I had yesterday, and it's a limit. It's the Bassmaster Classic, so what can I say?
I finally had a couple of bites today and never got either one of them in the boat. Only 2 bites I've had in 2 days. Bad tournament, bad week.
You looking forward to the rest of the new season starting?
Oh, I really am. You know, hopefully I can use this as some motivation and get a little motivated by it and make the best out of it. But we've got a good tournament schedule, and I'm really looking forward to it. Looking forward to getting away from Play Lake right now.
I started off today throwing a shaky head, a young blue denny worm. That's how I caught him yesterday. I caught him in just a couple hours yesterday, and I went back flipping. So today I started off doing that, trying to catch 15 or 16 pounds before I went flipping, and was not able to do it. Turns out Cliff Pace was catching the same fish I was. He only has 1 fish today as well. So that area just did not produce anything today.
Go ahead. How was today?
I struggled today. I went up the river again like I have been. Got up there and the current was running strong just like always. Lost a few jigs. Got on the bite for a little while, caught 3 of them pretty quick, and then it was a struggle the rest of the day. They turned the water off, and after they do that, I just can't seem to find a bite anywhere on this lake.
How much do you think you have today?
I might have 6 pounds.
Well, it's another tough day on the water for me. You know, I've been sticking with my game plan, swinging through fences, and you know, it just didn't work out for me this time. Another 0 today. I think you're going to find out there's a lot of them today. It's just a real tough day on the pond.